Welcome to Helsinki, Finland. This is country number 87 for me, and I'm here at the Railway Square. Okay, and this is kind of, well, Helsinki Railway Square, I guess is the official name. But this is kind of where you start as a tourist if you're coming in on the train from the airport. You know, there's different ways to get here from the airport with a bus, train, taxi, ride sharing or whatnot. But this is kind of in the center of where you start, the center of the city, Old Town area. You got the old cobblestone brick roads, you know, and I can't speak for all tourists because I'm me and I do my own thing. But a lot of tourists like to start in the Old Town area because that's the oldest part of the city, and that's kind of where all the bars and the restaurants and all the cool monuments and churches and places of historical significance are, are in the Old Town areas. And every city of this size in Europe has an old town, obviously, okay? So I got the statue of Alexis Kivi over here, and I'll talk more about him later. Over here is the railway, the actual railway station, with the big tower right there. I don't know what that building is, but I'll find out because I can't read it. It's in Finnish, okay? And yeah, I was over here yesterday when I first got here, checked into my Airbnb, paid like $40 a night. That was the cheapest I could find it. But yeah, that was actually a pretty good deal, and it's just a short, train ride down here. Now, this part of the world is pricey, okay? This is not technically part of Scandinavia, okay? Scandinavia is Norway, Denmark, and Sweden, okay? This is also not a Viking country, all right? A lot of people think that Finland is the home of the Vikings. Finland was not, they were not Norsemen or Norse people, but they did trade with the Vikings in Sweden, okay, in other parts of Scandinavia, all right? So, just to be clear, it is a different type of people that are here. They're not of Viking heritage, they're not Norse, they're of a different heritage, and I'll talk more about that, when I start creating my travel media content about Finland. So, since I have a lot of traveling to do here, in Europe. This is actually phase 2 of my European travel campaign for 2022. Phase 1 was earlier this year. Phase 3 will be after I visit the Czech Republic for my 4th travel conference of the year. I've got 6 altogether. I signed up for too many of them, to be honest with you. So here in Helsinki, you've got it's very similar to Stockholm, kind of like an archipelago. There's a lot of islands. The Baltic Sea is close by. You can take a ferry to Estonia. You can take a ferry to other cities. We're real close to Russia. Finland recently applied along with Sweden to join NATO. So at the beginning of the war, February 24th, when the Russians invaded Ukraine, they were afraid here because they thought they were going to come after them too. And the Baltic states were also afraid, Latvia, Estonia, and Lithuania. They were afraid the Russians were going to come after them too, but now not so afraid. So a lot of cool stuff to see here. You got Market Square, Lena Church. I cannot pronounce it right. I've been trying. I didn't try hard enough. I didn't try enough, I should say. You also have what I just said. Suomenlinna is an island. You got to take a ferry to it, and it's like old historic ruins. It's really cool. It's one of the top tourist attractions here. What else? You've got the Museum of Contemporary Art. Okay, you got a lot of museums here because it is Europe, and there's a lot of history here. So you always got museums. Anywhere that's this old, thousands of years old, it's going to have a lot of museums because they're going to have a lot of history, a lot of relics, a lot of artifacts, stories, and all of that stuff. So today I'm going to check out the Old Town area, and tomorrow I'm going to go see Suomenlinna. I know I probably didn't say that right. Forgive me, anyone who's finished and watching this and laughing at me because, I am an idiot American tourist. I'm going to go see Suomenlinna Island. And that'll be tomorrow. And then the next day, I'll go on to my next country. So there's about 1.5 million people that live here. You are going to see a lot of blonde hair, blue-eyed people like you do in other parts of, these Nordic countries. It's not Scandinavia, but it is a Nordic. I believe it is considered a Nordic country because it is way up north, okay? So don't mean to get technical with all these, names and all that stuff. Anything that's Norwegian, that's obviously Norway. Scandinavian, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. Finland is kind of its own thing, that kind of stands out, but very similar in culture to all those other places, that are considered Nordic countries. So, yeah, right now it is early September, but it's nice and cool. Feels like the way fall should feel. You know, if I'm back in the States where I'm from in the Midwest, it's still going to be kind of warm until, you know, late September. So it is kind of nice. It's a nice break from that hot Philippine weather that I'm used to, or that I've been used to for the last couple of months. Trying to think of any famous people that are from Finland. I know there are some, but I just can't think of any off the top of my head. There's a lot of them from, you know, that are from Sweden. But anyways, I'm here at the Helsinki train station square, and I'm going to go check it out. And all these places that I want to go see are close by, you know, within 30 minutes walking distance. So Helsinki, Finland, country number 87. Come check it out.